Now let's meet our first guest. Intriguingly, he thinks that young people in Sutton aren't being listened to enough. Well, let's hear what else he has to say. He's Sutton's new Member of Youth Parliament, Ethan Smith. Ethan, it's great to have you on SVTV. Thank you so much for joining us. Jumping right into the deep end, why do you think voices of young people aren't being heard in Sutton?
I think voices of young people aren't being heard because there tends to be a lack of communication between young people and the council. And a lot of the time when you have young people at schools, they're not always aware of what events are going on in the local area, and therefore they don't find out about events and don't get involved.
Can you remember where you were and what you were doing when you decided to stand for Youth Parliament? What were your inspirations to sign up?
My inspirations for standing for Youth Parliament were commitment to change, and all I wanted to do was get involved in the local community and create change for young people, youth empowerment, get young people's views listened to, and to help make the council run more efficiently and make Sutton a really positive area.
And you made 3 pledges during your election campaign. How have they been going so far?
So far, my first pledge, which is getting councillors to go into local schools to run open house days, where they'll listen to young people's views and find out what directly is affecting young people. That one's going really, really well. So far, we've got 21 out of the 54 councillors who are interested in going into the schools, and we're just waiting on dates from the schools now, so that one's going really well. Event awareness is the next pledge that I want to achieve through advertising in posters, newspapers, things like that, and hopefully the Sutton Voice magazine. And then the last one is about mentoring and advocacy and making this more easily accessible to young people.
Now that's great, Ethan. So how have you found balancing your work at Stanley Park High School with being a member of the Youth Parliament? Is it easy, hard?
Actually, it has been quite difficult trying to find the balance, and I have successfully done it, but it's something that I reckon only a few people will be able to do, because I've always put my volunteering and my commitment to the community before my schoolwork. And there was at one point during my GCSE period where it was really sort of affecting my revision timetable, all that kind of stuff. But I found out that doing a priority list was the best way forward, and through doing that I managed to balance schoolwork with volunteering really, really well.
So Ethan, you mentioned Sutton Council earlier on. How much are you looking forward to working with them? What conversations have you had so far? Who have you met?
I'm looking forward to really getting involved in the senior leadership team of the council and leader of the council, high up managers, that sort of thing, and helping them to make the right decisions that affect young people. And so far I've met with leader of the council, Ruth Dombey, Colin Stewart, who's in charge of education and early intervention, and there's various other senior people that we've met, and it's really, really good.
Ethan, key question for you now. What are the biggest challenges for facing young people in Sutton today? What do you think?
The biggest challenges facing young people today, I think, is the one I first think of is mental health. And we talked about all the problems that we think young people in Sutton face at a youth summit that we run in, I think it was around April time, during then. And what we did, we had 5 topics that we thought were difficulties that young people faced in Sutton, and the topics were mental health, bullying, equalities, young people not being listened to, and keeping yourself safe. And these topics, it came out that they were the most important topics, and what we've done is we've put that into our campaign plan for the year that Youth Parliament's going to achieve.
And Ethan, finally, are you hoping that this is the first step towards a long career in politics?
I do actually, yeah, I do. I think politics hasn't always been something I've been interested in, because I started through just getting young people's voices heard, and coming from a background of being a looked after child and a young person with a disability, I've always wanted to help other young people that come from the same sort of background. And through that, I got involved in the Youth Parliament, and I've really quite enjoyed it, and it gives you the chance to take a leading role in getting other young people's views heard. So I think in the future I would like to become a local MP in the area and take it a bit further, where I'm taking on the views and advocating views of everybody who lives in Sutton. I'd really like that.
And that's the end of the latest show on SVTV. We really hope you enjoyed it. Keep up to date with the latest news, views and opinions. Opinions matter on suttonvoice.co.uk.
You can also follow Sutton Voice on Twitter and Facebook. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Right, don't know about you, but I'm a little... Oh, yeah.
I'm glad I came outside.
Yeah, I know. Pass me the suntan lotion.